I'm Eddie Garcia, co-host of the Puck Podcast, with your Puck Podcast Hockey Minute, your daily recap of the night in the NHL. It's going to be a lot longer than just a minute because we had 14 games on the schedule, including some marquee matchups and some wild scores. In Winnipeg, the Golden Knights knock off the Jets 3-2 in overtime on an Ivan Barbashev goal in sudden death. Vegas now leads the Pacific Division with 41 points. Winnipeg, however, with the overtime loss, did pick up a point and moved into sole possession of first place in the Central Division. That's because the Wild lost at home to the Oilers 7-1. Edmonton's Leon Draisaitl had a 4-point night. It included his NHL leading 21st goal of the season. Minnesota dropped 1 point back of Winnipeg for the division lead. The Jets have 43 points, the Wild with 42. The Capitals extended their franchise record road winning streak to 10 in a row with a 2-1 overtime win over the Blue Jackets in Columbus. Alexei Protas with the overtime game winner for Washington, who remained 1 point up on New Jersey for first in the Metropolitan Division with 42 points. The Devils snapped the Kings' 6-game winning streak with a 3-1 home win. In my game of the night, Jack Hughes for New Jersey had a goal and 2 assists in the win. The Panthers were shut out by the Canucks 4-0. Vancouver's Kevin Lankinen stopped 27 shots in the victory. In his return to the lineup for Vancouver after being away from personal reasons, JT Miller had 2 assists in the win. The Maple Leafs edged the Ducks 3-2. Max Pacioretty, a pair of goals in the win for Toronto as they move into a tie with Florida for the Atlantic Division lead. The Leafs and Panthers each with 38 points on the season. In the win, Toronto lost starting goalie Anthony Stolarz with a lower body injury. Predators snapped their 8-game losing skid with a 4-1 win over the Stars in Dallas. Ryan O'Reilly led the Predators with 2 goals, while goaltender Justus Annunen gets his first win since being traded from the Avalanche to the Predators. He had 35 saves in net. Penguins score 9 goals, 6 in the third period alone in a 9-2 rout of the Canadiens in Montreal. Brian Rust had a 4-point night. It included a hat trick. Rickard Rakell, a 4-point night with 2 goals and 2 assists for Pittsburgh. The Lightning scored 8 goals and an 8-3 win over the Flames in Calgary. Nikita Kucherov had a 6-point night, 1 goal and 5 assists. Jake Gensel recorded a hat trick in the win for Tampa Bay. Florida goalie Dan Vladar allowed all 8 goals on 26 shots. Flyers beat the Red Wings 4-1. Philadelphia's Scott Lawton had 4 goals, otherwise known by the Puck podcast community as the Pants Trick. The Sharks defeated the Blues 4-3. NHL number 1 overall pick Macklin Celebrini had his first career 2-goal night for San Jose. Islanders held off the Blackhawks for a 5-4 win. Max Sipolkov's goal for New York ended up being the game winner. The Utah Hockey Club posted a 4-1 win over the Avalanche in Colorado. Dylan Gunther, 2 goals for Utah. And the Kraken defeated the Bruins 5-1. Oliver Bjorkstrand, a pair of goals in the win for Seattle. And while you're here, how about a preview of the schedule on Friday in the NHL? There's one game. It's the Hurricanes hosting the Senators. I'm Eddie Garcia. If you like this, we have a recap and preview of the night in the NHL every weekday. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And check out our podcast recapping the past week in the NHL every Monday morning, which you can find on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Puck Podcast.